Seryna is going to begin by sharing a channeled message for the collective. So I'll hand it over to you, Seryna.
Okay, so before we start, I want to just bring into awareness, first of all, that it doesn't matter when this was recorded to when you hear it. Energy isn't linear, it's not bound by time. And so, whenever you are finding this episode, whenever this message lands, it is for you. And it's for you to consider. So, if you hear it and you think, that's a bunch of hogwash, well, then that's fine. Maybe this wasn't your message. However, please know that whenever it does find you, if it does resonate, it's something to sit with, it's something to listen to. And I do think that the timing of when this episode is going to air is really, it's very potent and it's very tied to the things that were coming in before we even start. So when I first started asking the guides what the collective needed, and by the collective, I mean specifically Ross's community and the people who are going to be listening to this show, we started to get these big themes. And the thing that's interesting is, so I'll tell you what the themes were, first of all. It was enlightenment and prosperity and courage. And when I tuned into those individually, the energy of it felt very urgent. It was something that we were trying to rush towards. It was something that we wanted to claim. It was something we wanted to embody. We are in this frantic energy of wanting to get to the doing, but it's not time yet. We are now in the final shed of the year of the snake. We are still having to examine and surrender and release the belief systems, the energies, the habits, the patterns, all of these things that have kept us in these states of comfort. They've played their part, and we can be grateful for them and the roles that they've played for us. However, they are now, instead of being comforting things, they are now obstacles for the things that we are moving into as we step into that faster energy, that moving forward energy of the horse that is coming very, very, very soon. So we need to give ourselves a little bit of grace. We also need to stop looking at the calendar and deciding that that is the time, because the divine doesn't work that way. We are working in this organic space where things are still unfolding, where we need to allow, where we need to surrender our expectations and our urgency and our demands of things being on our own timeline, where we can step into a greater state of flow so that we can move forward into these states that we're craving. And then I asked the guides, okay, great. So we've got enlightenment, prosperity, courage. Why? Why does it feel so urgent? And it's because each of these things individually gives us a sense of control, a sense of stability, a sense of safety. We're all craving this right now. And it makes sense because on a big global level, if we zoom out and we look at the macro, there was a lot happening. There was a lot of uncertainty, and we are looking for connection. This is not a time to self-isolate. This is not a time to decide you just need to put your nose to the grindstone and just push and push and force to get to the finish line. This is a time where we need to actually think about the collective. We need to rise together. We need to hold each other. We need to be witnesses. We need people. The healing that is required in the next season that is coming is not about the grind. It is not about achieving more or doing more. We're being asked to be in a state of being. We're being asked to be in a state of receptivity. And we are being asked to hold ourselves and hold each other. And in doing so, we actually get that safety, that security, that thing that we're craving underneath these themes that we think we need in order to feel that sense of safety and security. Chasing enlightenment, chasing prosperity, chasing that big adventure and the big courageous leap, those are distractions. Those are illusions of safety. But in the finding of each other and in the finding of ourselves in those circles, that is the medicine that we're looking for. That is how we can feel safe. And the last message I want to leave you with is this beautiful visualization that was shared with me this morning about the year of the horse. And because we have that anxious, nervous kind of energy of wanting to get on with the doing, we feel like as soon as, the calendar flips and we go into year of the horse, that it means we get to go full steam ahead. But the vision that was shared with me is that it's not so much about us being the horse and having to do the running. We get to ride the horse. We get to be supported and taken on the journey. And that's what's coming. And so if you would like to have a gentler journey into that, And I invite you to slow down, to give yourself some space, give yourself a lot of grace, and find the people that you can rise alongside. Because community is so important for us right now. It is the very thing that we are needing for ourselves. And honestly, it's going to be the medicine that heals us all.
Thank you, Serena. That was great.
Oh, thank you.